Yo, it's the daytime. We're writing jokes today. Welcome out to the live Matty Thinks episode 27. That says 26. We're writing jokes today about Savannah Guthrie, so fucking get excited. 7. Talk to me. You looking at my ass? Why you looking at my ass? I ain't doing nothing but looking at all that ass. What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside that trunk. I'm junk on your ass. Performing stand-up tonight, guys. Tonight we'll be performing stand-up at the Shanks. I don't have actually the poster, the flyer loaded into my live stream today because we're going to write jokes for tonight, so it didn't really matter. Also, it's tonight, and so what's it matter if I'm telling you right now? It's in like 5 minutes, right? Tonight at 8 p.m. we're performing comedy, stand-up comedy in Davie, Florida, at a place called Shanks. Currently, Nancy Guthrie is missing, all right? And they don't know where she is, okay? And they can't find her. Now, every time I read the story, I fucking laugh. I don't know what's wrong with me, okay? I don't know if it's because, how ridiculous is this? It's when anything happens to someone who is like rich and famous, and you're like, I'm having difficulty giving a fuck. Hello? Oh, I thought somebody knocked. Okay? So every time I watch this story, I am laughing, and of course, JC's like, oh my God, this is terrible. And of course it's terrible. I'm not in any way making light of it. I just I don't know, dude. It's like there's opportunity here for humor. And I'm performing stand-up tonight, okay? And I know that this Savannah Nancy Guthrie thing is, to me, fucking hilarious. Literally, let me just show, I read the headline and laughed, okay? I read the fucking headline and laughed. Let me just show this to you. I haven't even read a single story about this yet, so I don't exactly know the full story. I know a couple things. I know that Savannah Guthrie's on TV. I know her lips look like that. And she goes, hello, welcome back to the TV. And she's supposed to be, what you're doing is wrong. You know, she's supposed to be like that. And she's really nice. America's sweetheart, yeah. And everyone's supposed to like her because she's the white lady. She's like the white lady on the TV, and she plays the white lady. This stereotype of the white is kind of, I want to be honest, a little ridiculous. The way they stereotype white people, I will agree that the majority are hello, oh, that's terrible. And they are kind of vapid. White people kind of are vanilla. I mean, literally, honestly, by look and by cultural, sort of malleability. I mean, a white person is a blank canvas, right? And they're the only people in society that always seem to be what are you doing? And then picking and choosing things to be, half the people half the men in America right now have cowboy hats on and cowboy boots and ripped jeans like Pat McAfee. And I'm what the fuck are you guys, cowboys now? You guys are cowboys? You're more Brokeback Mountain than you are Boots and Spurs Clint Eastwood, all right? You're so much closer to Jake Gyllenhaal than you are to fucking that actor, all right? What's his name? He's not George Strait. It's the other guy. It's the one that my grandma would go, oh, he's a whole lot of man. And it was that guy who did all the Westerns. It's not George Strait. I get him confused with George Strait all the time. It's the same thing, though. Famous Western actor. What's his name? He's the guy. It'll be the first one that comes up. John Wayne. God, I don't know what took me so long to get it. John Wayne. True Grit and Stagecoach, and Clint Eastwood for A Man with No Name. Clint Eastwood is more of what I thought of, because Clint Eastwood's Westerns actually aren't that bad. The John Wayne ones, I don't know. I'm not a big Western guy, to be honest. He's a whole lot of man. Right? John Wayne. But exactly. What are white people? They don't know what they are. Dude, especially, look, I keep moving my mouth weird, because as always, this is not a mirror of me. This is like the actual video of me. So when you approach a mirror, that hand is supposed to be right here, like on top of my hand. But it's not a mirror. Like, this is the right side of my face. All right? The right side of my face is supposed to be on the left side of the screen. I guess it is. Right side, left side. When I touch a mirror, is it mirrored or not? Am I ridiculous? Hold on. I can know if it's mirrored. This is my right hand. It's on the left side of the screen. No, I'm right. This is not mirrored. This is my right hand. It's on the left side of the screen. See how I'm going left side of the screen and the left side is on the right side? This is not mirrored. That's why this is confusing, because we're used to seeing this is my left hand and my left hand is on the right side of the screen. It's not mirrored. See what I mean? This is why it's confusing. We're actually used to seeing mirrored images of ourselves. In fact, there was a thing I saw that Abe Lincoln doesn't actually never knew what he looked like or something. I don't know if you saw this. He only saw himself in the mirror and like didn't actually ever see a photograph of himself. I think this is what I read. And it was like, it showed a flipped mirror of his face, because of course we have photographs of Abe Lincoln, and it was like Abe Lincoln never knew what he looked like, right? And this is the idea. And so I feel that like I'm not mirrored. And so it's almost confusing to interact with a non-mirrored version of yourself. That's why I never know, like, see, I want to point on the left side of the screen, right? Which naturally I'd go like this. See how that's the right side? So when I pull up that I get paid flyer, I'm like, here, like, I'll just practice it. Like, I'm going to practice it now because it's on the left side of the screen, right? It's on the left side of the screen, right? It's on the left side. It's over there. So I have to point the opposite. So I go like this. Watch, file share. New song coming out. Boom. Fake shit. In case you didn't hear, we announced it yesterday. Fake shit's coming out. On to writing jokes, okay? Today's about writing stand-up. We're performing at 8 p.m. tonight, which means I'll start drinking right now, okay? Okay, let's go to the reaction. So here's what I'm saying. Like, this Savannah Guthrie story is just too fucking funny to me. And there's got to be something to work with here. So let's see. Okay, so right when like, even this, bro, I can't. Every time I read this story, it's fucking funny. And I'm not saying it's funny. I'm not making light of Savannah Guthrie. I'm saying there's so much opportunity for comedy here. It's insane. First of all, Savannah Guthrie missing mom live updates. I mean, just that. Dude, when she came out with the video and she was like, we still haven't found her. I'm like, oh my God. This is fucking hilarious, dude. They straight up kidnapped an old woman at a church who had a rich and famous daughter, and they're holding her for ransom, and they're asking for Bitcoin, the most trackable currency that you could possibly get. Bitcoin. Are they idiots? I mean, every single thing is in the ledger. I get it's anonymous, but you could piece together some stuff. You could piece, unless they're really good. Unless they're really good, I can piece together. Look at the ads on this website. Can you guys use a website today? So let's see if we can find humor in this story. Okay, let's see. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos, I'm guessing, not Nanos. I'm from South Florida, so I just read Enya. Nanos gave an update on the desperate search for Savannah Guthrie's missing mom, Nancy. By the way, my dad's nickname is Nancy, so perfect. Thursday afternoon, where he revealed a new bevy. A bevy? Like a bevy? Like my mom was like, let's get some bevies. Let's get a bevy. Oh my God. This is why I think this Savannah Guthrie shit's so funny, because I know what these whites are like. I know what these like pretentious little uppity whites are like, and it's just so funny, dude, because they don't give a shit about anybody else, okay? Let me make this clear to you before I go on to tell you why this is funny. This is funny because they don't care about you, okay? Savannah Guthrie doesn't give a shit about anyone, okay? That's why this is funny. Then they turn around and they go, oh, my mother's been stolen. And we're all like, yes, I know. We started a GoFundMe. So we're going to have to try to, like, the joke that we're going to come up with here is that we have Nancy. That's the joke we're going to try to make. The whole joke we're going to try to make here is that, you know, I didn't even know she had TV. I don't know how she knew the story, kind of thing. Or like, you'd be like, keep knitting. Or you were like, I've been going to this church group. That's what I'm trying to think, because I have this Jesus joke. I want to try to transition into it. A California man accused of, let me just pull it back up. A California man accused of sending phony ransom texts to Savannah Guthrie's family about her missing mother has also been arrested. So he was fake. That's funny. So a guy was sending phony texts. How did he get their number? You know what I mean? Police said that they believe Nancy was still out there. Oh my God. It's a missing old lady. It's not even funny. The fact that a lady is missing and being held hostage is not funny. That's not the funny part. The funny part is the fact that we're making light of a serious situation. That's what's funny. On top of all of that, this is affluenza. Savannah Guthrie is another whitey with everything. And it's like, we all have nothing in this fucking, I don't say we have nothing. Everyone has a lot. If you live in the United States of America, just by living here, you're very well off. That's nothing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there's like people that are like plutocrats in this country that have so much money, so much influence, so much access. You know what I mean? And you're just like, I'm finding it difficult because they have no problems in their real life. And so you're like, if only my mother got stolen. Jesus Christ. They go, dude, if my mother got stolen, they go, if I were Savannah Guthrie and they found my mom, I'd go like, you picked the worst person. I'd literally be like, keep her. We need 1 million Bitcoin. And you're like, nope, 100,000 Bitcoin. I go, I'll pay you 100,000 Bitcoin to keep her. Nancy is still out there and hope to get her home as soon as possible. They also revealed one of the ransom notes sent to a local and national news outlet did not include proof of life, nor a way for law enforcement or her family to communicate with the senders. Here's my opinion. Nancy fucking walked out the front door and no one has her. And these people are just trying to get 1 million Bitcoin out of Savannah Guthrie. I think the lady walked out the front fucking door. Police confirmed Thursday there are still no suspects. The pressure came just hours after Nancy's children. Have they gone to the church to find out, is anyone, who has Nancy been talking to at the church? What if Nancy made a new friend last week at the church? It was a new, that some article comes out. It's like, it's an immigrant, where does that go? If this lady Nancy's been stolen, I'd love to see that either. It is or isn't. It wouldn't matter either way. It just, the truth is the truth. But how funny if it was again, a whitey, like a white born in the USA whitey, stole Nancy. It's just white on white, and there's no, the media can go F itself, with all the bullshit they're trying to get us to do. The presser came out just after Nancy's 3 children, including Today Show star Savannah Guthrie, released a gut-wrenching video pleading for proof that their mother is still alive and told her possible captors that they are ready to talk. This is the one I was talking about. It's just, I can't with this shit. How much I know this person, how many times this person has ousted me in my life, this exact fucking archetype of a person, I don't care. This is the enemy to me. This is my whole life. People just like her have held me down, have made up stories about me, have gone and scapegoated me, set me up, spread rumors, spread gossip, got me kicked out of schools, got me kicked out of social clubs, got me benched on sports teams. This right here. Fuck Savannah Guthrie, dude. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit. I don't. This story's been funny to me from the jump. Here's what I'm wondering, is if it's completely unrelated. An old lady walking out of a church thing got kidnapped or got mugged or something, and it just so happens to be their daughter, and then someone turns around and says give me money, and the lady's not alive or something, I mean, if the lady's as old as she is, I mean, if you pushed her, she might be at risk. Is this her right there? Is that her? What do we got here? The suspect in the alleged imposter ransom note aimed at Nancy Guthrie's family has been charged and identified per federal project. See, this is fake. A California man accused of sending phony ransom tests to the Guthrie's family about her missing mother has been arrested and charged according to... Yeah, this lady, the ransom thing is fake. Derek Kayela. They're both Aya. Yeah. They're both Yayas. Kayaya. Derek Kayaya. Message Savannah Guthries' daughter Annie and son-in-law Thomas Keone. Keone. These guys watch a lot of Sopranos. Gaia Keone. Okay. Did you get the Bitcoin? We're sick means removed. We're waiting on our end for the transaction. His message sent to both Andy and Keone allegedly read. Approximately 3 minutes after sending the text, data obtained by authorities showed Gaia and made a 9-second long call to an unidentified family member of Nancy Guthrie, according to the court docs, which didn't name the relative allegedly called. Showed Gaia also made approximately 3 minutes after sending the text, he called a family member for 9 seconds. And so I'm guessing with this, the 9 seconds is after they pick up the phone. Because my phone will say like 20 seconds before you pick up. So I wonder, they must have picked the phone up, I'm guessing. Savannah mother Nancy Guthrie still missing. FBI offers $50,000 reward. 3 hours ago, 60 minutes ago. Live updates. Blood found on Anthony's porch belongs to her. Camera was disconnected from Nancy Guthrie's home shortly before disappearance. Here's the thing about the fucking media. Like, I'm now like getting into like the investigative side. I'm like, oh my God, where is she? And I'm like losing the ability to find like the thing. So I need to step back a second again. And let's find details of this that I can use for humor. Savannah's mother, Nancy Guthrie. Savannah's mother, Nancy Guthrie, is still missing. FBI offers $50K reward. Impossible kidnapping or abduction. See, are we positive that she was taken against her will? As the search for Savannah Guthrie's missing mother continues, police have revealed a detailed timeline of events that disappearance of mother Guthrie. Okay, here we go. Let's get this. I actually want to figure out what the hell happened here. As the search of Savannah Guthrie's missing mother continues, police have revealed that a detailed timeline of events disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, blah, blah, blah. At a Feb 15 press conference, Heath Zhank, at a Feb 5 press conference, Heath Zhank, the special agent in charge of FBI's Phoenix Division, also announced Phoenix Division, by the way, the WM Phoenix Open going on right now. This also announced that there will be a $50,000 reward for information leading to the recovery of Nancy Guthrie and or the arrest conviction of anyone involved. Got it. Pima County Sheriff Officer Chris Nanos, could be Nanios given the fact that they are in Arizona, also shared the most detailed timeline so far of the events on the night Guthrie disappeared and what police. So she might have been, okay, so 5:32 p.m. January 31st, the first day of the live stream. Right? It's fucking January 31st, 2020, no, December 31st. Wait, does that say it says January. How stupid am I? It says January. January 31st. Just yell too loud. 5:32 p.m. Nancy travels to her family's home. Got it. 9:48 p.m. Family drops Nancy off at home. Garage door opens. Okay, so she went to the family's house. She went 4 hours later. She got dropped off back at her house. 9:48, way past Nancy's 84-year-old bedtime. And garage door opens. Garage door closes. So I'm guessing she walked in. Took 2 minutes for her to get inside. Okay. Feb 1st. 1:47 a.m. The doorbell camera disconnects. Ooh. Yikes. That's odd. 1:47 a.m. that same night. So it's literally another 4 hours go by. And the doorbell camera disconnects. Okay. 2:12 a.m. That's 13 plus 12, which is 30 actually. 30 minutes exactly later. Software detects a person on camera. No video is available due to the lack of service subscription. No video is available due to the lack of service subscription? Are you telling me that if you don't pay, they don't actually record the video? Pacemaker app shows disconnect from iPhone. Disconnect from iPhone. Let's look up Waze pacemaker disconnects. This is turning into an investigation. I'm trying to make fucking jokes about this damn thing. Mechanical dislodgement from the heart. That's like physical disconnection from the generator. Electrical fit. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. Meaning she could have fucking been killed like right away. I'm still making a joke tonight. I don't give a shit how much I learned. I'm still making a Nancy Guthrie joke tonight. Wow. This is an article 2 days ago. This is by the Arizona Republic. What is that? Oh my God, already a subscriber. Yeah, I'm going to pay $1 a month to read the Arizona Central. He said the movement detected could have been an animal. See, yeah, I mean, but blah, 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 blah. I don't care about that. It's not really the movement detected thing is not really interesting to me. More interesting to me is how a pacemaker turns off. I have an idea. Okay, so here, if you die, does pacemaker disconnect? I mean, theoretically, isn't your heart powering the pacemaker until its battery dies? Do not keep dying patients alive, as terminal events are often due to sepsis, hemorrhage, pulmonary. Okay, so it can stay alive even if you're dead. So not necessarily does time for pacemaker battery to die after death. This is an interesting point I haven't heard yet. Months. It's not designed to recognize when a person dies. Okay, so shows disconnect from phone, meaning, let's imagine, she's moved away from the phone. It's disconnected from the phone. We didn't say the pacemaker's done, right? And even if she died, the pacemaker would still work. So in no way does this mean she's dead. Great, confirmed. It means that she's been moved. In all honesty opinion, most likely she has been kidnapped. I know you guys are like, yeah, no shit, bro. Welcome to the story. Family checks in on Nancy the next morning at noon, the next day basically at noon. And then within 7 minutes, they call the cops. By the way, it's not that fast. Patrol arrives at the residence. It's not too fast because it's not an emergency. So they're kind of like, just roll on over there, see what's going on. It's 12 minutes. You know, if it was like a guy got shot, murdered, it'd be like 2 minutes. I'm telling you. Here, where I live, oh my God. The police here in 30 seconds. It's like this place is so monitored where I live. Blood found at the scene was Nancy Guthrie's porch of the home. So she left. Got it. DNA testing revealed that it was a match for Guthrie. The sheriff reiterated a statement from the previous press conference Feb 3 that DNA testing has thus far not shed any light on any possible suspects. He also reaffirmed the statement that he's released Facebook Feb 4 that no suspect or any person of interest had been identified at the time. Nanos would not discuss reports of forced entry. They didn't say that she was like forced entry. That's my favorite movie. Forced entry or slam under the back door, two of my faves. At the home, as whether there was not a forced entry. My dad used to always say forced entry. My dad, more about my, of course, father all the time, bringing him up, would always go, he tells the cheesiest jokes, dude. My dad would literally be like, yeah, I did a lot of films as a kid. I did a lot of adult films. You know, my favorite one was Forced Entry. My other one was Slam Under the Back Door. I'm like, yeah, you're so ha funny, Dad. Okay. So Nancy's missing. So none of the details helped us get any funnier. So what we need to find out now is, I need to find the funny. What is it? I gotta get out the funny. What is that? What's the deal with the airline? You got it? How does the cyber go? If it's off, if it's too long, then you can't talk anymore. Is that like it? I gotta find the funny. So let's find the funny. So how can we set this up? I have a joke about Jesus, right? Nothing in there said that she went to church groups, but it's my understanding that this Nancy Guthrie lady like went to church or something, right? So we have to be like, we got to use the Jesus joke. I have this Jesus joke that's like I've been reading about this Jesus guy, right? So we got Jesus guy, right? I said, what are the chances that this Jesus guy, I go, guys, get this. I've been reading about this Jesus guy. Apparently, what are the chances that he was born on Christmas, Jesus, and he died on Easter? I mean, can you believe that? That's kind of the joke. Xmas and Easter, right? That's like the setup. It's supposed to be like, ah, ha, ha, ha. So I wanted to learn more, so I've been going to this church group. There's got to be a way to fix it into the church group, even though she wasn't. See, I don't know how many people know about the church group thing. I only know about that because she told me about it. So we can't necessarily say that either. Let's see what we can find on the church thing. I gotta put this down, actually. Let's see what we can find on the church thing. See if we can string it into church. How do we imply that Nancy Guthrie I have, right? That's the joke we gotta make. What's his face is a funny joke. Jim Norton. Jim Norton has a funny joke where he goes, my mom, gosh, she calls me all the time. She bugs me. And she's bugging me. Did you do that? Did you get your health insurance? Whatever. And I go, God, Mom, relax. Here's what he says. He says, he's sleeping with this woman. This is Jim Norton. He goes, I'm sleeping with this girl. We're having a great time. Then my mom calls. God, my mom's always bugging me. She's calling me, bitching about this, bitching about that. And I go, Mom, relax. I'm right next to you. I'm in the bed next to you. You know, that's like his joke, like he's fucking his mom. Okay, so I want to make a joke kind of like that with Nancy. I just don't know how we're going to set it up. Because we need to discover about the church part. If we can use that as an intro. Church, Nancy Guthrie. I can't spell. Not attended. Oh, it must have autofilled. I was looking down. Tucson Church hold candlelight service. Arizona Episcopal Church hosts visual service. Visual service. See, I'm like a day later, so I'm getting all this bullshit. Arizona Church taps into power of prayer. Blah, blah, blah. How can I find out like how often she went? Last seen at her home on Saturday, but she was not reported missing until she failed to show up on church. This is the key. Then they went to her house. That was left out of the damn story I just read. They went to her house because she didn't go to church. This is key. So we need to, let's see this. The disappearance of Guthrie's mother has been absolutely heart-wrenching as the Tucson, Arizona family couple held a candlelight service, blah, 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 blah. Worked as an anchor and reporter in 19... I have to read this out loud. I keep forgetting. I can't read it in my head. These are the lips I'm talking about. She's like, hello! Hey, guys, welcome back to today. I just can't with these bitches. I shout out for not going lip fillers, but I mean, maybe, actually. Okay. Sally Shamrell, these names are hilarious. Sally Shamrell was seen on the seashore looking for shamrocks. Sally said there was no more. I just hop into that same voice all the time. Yeah, it's Saturday night. It just an actress from former cable. In Tucson, where Savannah Guthrie has worked as an anchor and reporter in the 1990s, told Savannah that various. Let me just look for something more interesting. Is investigated. Blah 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 blah. Was last seen. Here it is. So Nancy Guthrie was last seen at her home Saturday night, but was not reported missing. Saturday night, but was not missing missing until she failed to show up for church Sunday morning. This is her. Does not look 84. Got the same lips though. We see where that came from. Shamrell says you have to organize Wednesday night's visual. Blah blah blah. Okay, and then we also have, on top of all of this, our other three pillar. We have 8 minutes tonight. So our other three pillar jokes are the I recently engaged jokes. We have to figure out this Savannah Guthrie thing. Okay. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been going down. I need some Bitcoin. Bitcoin. They asked for Bitcoin, but those are fake, but it's kind of funny anyway because people know about it. They don't know the story as well as I do because I just read the damn thing. Bitcoin, church, right? We got Bitcoin, we got church. We have I got engaged jokes, right? The engaged joke punchlines. We also have the sauna. So these are all our things. We also have this one he came up with. Let me turn this off like this. Me and JC came up with this joke that was really funny. I should say I came up with it, but like I pitched it to her and she liked it kind of. We kind of collectively back and forth, whatever. We talk and then ideas come up. Anyway, sir, have you been drinking? And then it's like, sir, have you been drinking? You're like, and the wife then she goes, yes, he's been fucking drinking. But we could tie that into the fact that I have a joke that I recently got engaged. My lady and I are trying to have kids or something, so I can't drink. I can't smoke. I got to stop jerking off. I can't stay up late, right? I got to do all these things. Who's going to tell her to stop being a bitch? People don't like that usually, but whatever. I'll be like, I'm joking. But, or maybe we could put that at the end. And before that, we can put, she's counting everything I do. She counts my drink. She counts whatever. I mean, I couldn't even get out of a DUI these days. If I pulled up with DUI, she monitors, she counts all the drinks I have so much. That sounds a little aggressive. Let's try to set it up better. I'm trying to get, we recently got engaged, right? Because here's what we have. The engaged thing, we have our setup and our punchline. And the engaged thing, we have the counting. We're trying to have a kid. We live together. She says, I can't do anything. So we're trying to get pregnant. So she says, I can't do anything. List things. I have to do all this. But who's going to tell her to stop being a bitch? Okay. I want to say she read online. Let's make that. Instead of being like, we're trying to do whatever. It's funnier, I think, if I'm like, if it was like engaged, right? Engaged. And so she read online that if you want to have kids, like that's even better, I think. She saw on Instagram that if you want to have kids, like, you can't drink, you can't smoke, because all that, like, that might work better, right? Engaged, IG, no substances, right? Who's gonna tell her stop being a bitch has to be the last one, because I don't want to lose the audience, because they don't love that one, especially because it's like half women at these things. The guys don't do anything, and even if there's a guy there, they're a woman. You know what I mean? And like, if their date's mad, he's like, hey, that's offensive, because guys don't stand for anything anymore. They don't. They won't even. They're so whipped. So I recently got engaged. Yeah, thank you. See, this will be like the third. It's like the last setup, because we do the recently got engaged, and then we have the peeing. We have the toilet peeing. So with the engaged, we have IG, no substances. We have toilet peeing, which the joke is that I don't wash the toilet before I got engaged because I lived alone and I didn't know that people wash toilets. Whenever there was a speck, I just pressure wash it off with my penis, right? That's the joke. I'm going to try to deliver that more clearly, because I've never said take my dick or use my penis or I just whip it out and piss it off. Like, I've never said that directly. And so that part of the joke they're not laughing at. Whether it's funny or not, I don't know yet. I have to test it out. So, engaged, toilet peeing. Okay, we have engaged, IG, no substances. And then from that, we can go DUI, and who's going to tell her stop being a bitch, right? So we can go, recently got engaged, right? And so when you get engaged, you learn that, I don't know if you knew this, but you have to like clean the toilet. I didn't know this as a guy. As guys, we all know, whenever there's like a speck in the toilet left over, all you do is just whip it out and pee it right off. And if it's extra hard, you just step up on something high and get an extra gravity. We're 31 now. And I do that. And they kind of laugh at that. That's done decently well, I swear to God. Even though it sounds not textually, textbook a funny joke, it kind of like works. Don't know why. Just because you're talking about toilets and peeing and it's just kind of taboo. And I also said I recently got engaged, so it doesn't make me seem as like disgusting. It's kind of like ha 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 ha. So the engaged peeing joke has worked. We've not to get rid of it. So we're going to keep that as our number one, to open the got engaged pee. Got it. Next. The Guthrie joke we're going to come up with on the fly. I can't fucking write it right now. I'm going to have to just figure it out, because I got to feel the room. I got to see if anyone else makes a joke about Guthrie. We can go Bitcoin. We can go church. We can go, Nancy, relax. We can go, this old lady was telling me this whole story about how this lady got kidnapped from church. I didn't even know Nancy had a TV in there. Like, that's kind of funny. Like, as if she's like in my house or something. I think that's kind of funny. But again, we'll let that joke kind of write itself, because it's current event based. I don't exactly know which way to be the funniest. And also, we don't know when I'm going and if anyone's going to address it in advance. So we'll just keep a couple loose punchlines around the Guthrie thing. And then, again, the punchline is that I have Nancy. That's the punchline. However we get that punchline done has to be contextual with kind of we're going to feel that one out. But we know the punchline. I got Nancy, right? Be quiet, Nancy. Or I met this cool lady at church and I took her home with me. Like, whatever the fuck. And we could use the Jesus guy. So maybe into that with that. Okay, so recently got engaged, toilet peeing. Ha 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 ha. So I recently got engaged, because you bring it back up again. And then the middle one always confuses me. I like the bitch DUI. I like the DUI bitch one as the third one, which is the I can't even get with the she's been, checking my I can't drink, I can't smoke, to the point if I have 6 beers, she's like, no, you had 6, I can't even get out of a DUI if I wanted to. The officer would pull me over and be like, sir, have you been drinking? I'd be like, she'd go, he's had 6 beers. That might be funny. If we could pull that off. So what's in between toilet peeing, Billie Eilish? Oh my God. Oh, I only have the heavies. 1 million shares and 11 million. Hold on, see if I have, and this is the interview.
Action.
Yeah, I don't actually have the stand-up on me. I used to have it loaded in here. It is in here. You know what I can do right now? Watch this. Watch what I do right now. Watch this little trick I pull on you guys right here. Because I think it's actually in here, because I've actually used it before. We could pull up the stand-up from last week. and find out what the middle joke was and how I delivered it and how I want to fix it a bit. Oddly enough, JC was like, hey, do you want me to give you the video? I was like, no, I would love to use it. So I'm my own worst enemy, as we all are. Okay. Let's look through here and find out A-Wood Records. I'm like going through my whole... Oh, you guys can't see this right now. Maybe you can. I want to get where that video would be. Live streaming, SRC, found it. Found it. Open. Okay. So now if I undo it... Stop. Too loud.
I appreciate it. So y'all really not fucking with this presidency? Y'all not fucking with Trump?
Hold on. This is the guy introing me. It's obnoxious. His name is obnoxious. I'm not saying he's obnoxious. His name is literally obnoxious. Okay, I knew it. So we have to rotate this. Hold on a second, guys. I'm doing this while I'm on the live with you. Because rotate clockwise. Boom. Let me shrink it down. I'm just doing this on the live because it's easier. I don't know where that just went. There we go. Let's just get it back like that. Nice. Driving. Oh, please be careful. JVC. Audio early. Yeah, see, I'm performing tonight. So, like, I got to get this thing. I had to get this. I shouldn't say, like... We've been working on jokes for a half hour. I've been working on this Savannah Guthrie story, trying to find something funny in there. The story's a little serious, but there is funny things about the Bitcoin, about the church, about Nancy, relax, or she's making blueberry muffins. In some way, the joke is going to be that I have Nancy Guthrie. That's going to be the joke. It either kills or it gets ooze. We'll see. It's part of getting better at stand-up. Right now, we're looking to find out what the middle joke was that night.
No, it's the first night.
Is something skipping?
Let's go. Talk to me.
Oh,
so I recently got engaged.
Okay, this is JC peeing outside.
I feel like I'm not even a millennial anymore. I've jumped generation.
The what? This is funny. We have to nail this properly this time. The what? That has a lot of potential. I just flubbed it a bit. So we have in order, recently got engaged, the peeing on the toilet. Recently got engaged, what? And we have to think about, let's think about three things that are going to be the what of the joke. Let's think about those now. We need to have those setups down because when I did the what, we kind of came up with this need a joke database. I know, like, I know. I do need to organize that. I have this too. These are all written. Well, not that you can see them at all. Okay, well, too bad. I've read them before, but I have all my like ideas written down, but they're not like fleshed out. So the joke database is required. Exactly. If I had like the ba 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 ba, and I knew like that's the thing I'm trying to develop here, is the ability to have like an arsenal of go-tos and then an idea of what might be funny, like a current event, like the Savannah Guthrie thing. See if anyone touches it, and if they don't, I can. And if they do, see if they touched it in the way I did. Touched it in the way I did. Jesus Christ. And then I always have, because we're doing 8 minutes, I always have like 5 minutes of stuff. So if I can burn 2.5, 3, building rapport, doing something with the room that's relevant in the room, or if I can do something with a current event like, geez, that Guthrie lady, and a rating system, like an applause-o-meter. Like if you put it in Excel, I'm decent with Excel. If you put it in Excel and had like the category with like a little bar that would go up like to like green and then like red, or like just 1 through 5, or like a laugh meter, that would be great. Like a 1 through 5 laugh meter. And then, yeah, because I also know, like with this, so who's going to tell her to stop being a bitch? Ending part of it, sometimes it gets ooze, so we'll see how that goes tonight. because it was a mostly female room last time. And JC came up with a joke. So when I was like, it was her joke, the ladies laughed at that part. But they didn't necessarily laugh at, like, the joke itself. And then guys are like, calling a woman a bitch in 2026? Yee. You know, like, it's like that. And so we're going to see if that joke stays or just gets completely thrown out because it's just maybe dated, or if there's a way to pull it off. Because my fiance is there, it kind of helps me use that. It's like if it doesn't work, I'm like, she wrote it, and then they're like, ha 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 ha. Oh my God. We'll see. That joke is sitting on the edge there. What I'm gonna do right now is just turn on a little bit of light in here, maybe, just so you guys can see. It's getting dark and odd. It's kind of like ominous. Hello. And I'm gonna turn some light on, but oh, that's nice. We're getting into that nighttime. I'm gonna make some more colors for the show too, because I kind of always go with the same colors. I want to kind of switch it up. We have a lot of things going on that we'd like to do to the show to make it more exciting. Blah blah blah. Okay. So we can imagine that with the engagement jokes, we can eat half of the set with the engagement. I mean, I think I can do 4 minutes with engagement. We'll see. Because I have like 5 of them, but I don't want to do more than 3 because then you'll kill it. Toilet peeing. Huh? What? Huh? The thing about the huh? What? Is that the huh? What can have 3 punchlines itself. So that's beautiful that we're taking, I recently got engaged and using it as a setup 3 times, as we always do. And in there we have a couple, like 5 different punchlines. And then one of the punchlines, the huh, what? We could put 3 in it. 3 scenarios in it and use the huh, what 3 times. Back to recently got engaged. We're like nesting a joke here inside of itself. What we're trying to do, as I've stated before, I'll just reiterate, we're trying to build 6 solid, like a 6 minute that you could use 2-8 on top of it. And then once that's done and built, set it aside, and build another 6 minutes, and then put it into this damn database we got to make too, which I would like to the almost like setup joke, setup, or like the setup and then like the jokes, and again just like the punchlines, because the in between part, the rail system that connects them, is kind of, I think, could be a little tug and pull. It can be a little different based on the room or based on whatever. I think. And also you have to play with it. You have to play with it to find out which is funnier, which setup is funnier, or like which delivery, which tone. I still don't know if I'm going to do much of like an act, because I have also another opening joke that's more of an acting joke. But to do an acting joke, I can't go around and meet anyone in the room first, because then they know who I am. And then if I go up and do something that's like actable, it might not land, or it will. If they're like, oh, he's acting, I just saw him a second ago, now he's in character. Always committing to the bit, I think, is the only thing you need to do when it comes to an acted bit. And the acting bit that I have is kind of a stupid, I don't even know if it's funny, but like, I just think of these things and I just want to try them just to see if they're funny. Like, I want to try it tonight, especially because Dan Weiss is there. I think Dan Weiss will think this is hilarious. I almost want to do it for Dan Weiss, you know? And the point is, it's 8 minutes. It's like you can't even bomb. It's like not even possible to bomb in 8 minutes. Even though you can, you just walk off, you know? But I'm not going to bomb. Doesn't matter. We're not going to bomb. Somebody always bombs so hard anyway. Anyway, I thought of like a joke that just would be like, my name is Matt Ryan. No, not the quarterback. Oh, sorry. I'd be like, my therapist said I need to get out and do things like stand up and kind of do like a thing like, so guys, if I ever get a little tense, I need you to calm me down by saying, no, Matt. Okay. All right. So I recently got engaged. Okay, so if I could get them to cooperate, of course that's difficult. But the idea is I'm playing like this like guy who's trying to like doesn't know how to stand up, and he's like he's like yelling into the mic. That's the idea. And it's like, oh, okay. And he goes back and the thing is just Like he so badly wants to just like it's almost like if you were a shark in Finding Nemo. Fish are friends, not food. And he sees the fish and he's like, I just want to eat it. Like that's the joke I'm going for. He's like just wants to like eat the mic or something, or just I don't know what it is. And he calms down. I don't know how to set that up, but I think if you could pull it off, it could be like an Andy Kaufman style joke. Think about Andy Kaufman. That's kind of the idea. Here I am to save the day. Then he goes. So Andy Kaufman had this running joke where, not running, but this one joke I've seen. I don't know about running. I wasn't alive. But Andy Kaufman was one of those guys who didn't do stand-up the way that they did stand-up. He did stand-up the Andy Kaufman style, you know, and it was like character-esque. Everything was character-esque, and I swear to God, if you watch Andy Kaufman, it almost seems like half the time he's like bombing, kind of, because people are like, what is he doing? Like, that's like, this is the genius of Andy Kaufman, is that he like committed to the bit to the end. And if you're gonna do a bit, if you're gonna go like this, my name is Matt, you know, you have to commit to it into where they're like almost confused, because that's what Kaufman did. But he had this bit where he'd play this record, and then every time that "Here I am to save the day" would come on, he would go and mouth it, and then go back to just okay, and he'd stand there next to the record, and it was awkward. And I thought that was so interesting. So that's kind of the Kaufman-esque idea there. But that just, do I have the skills to pull that off? And we'll have to find the room that works for that. I've had that idea to try and act it out, but I haven't found a room yet where I might be able to do it, because it's either too small or too intimate, or like I just fucking know everybody there, and I don't know. So we'll see. That's in the back burner. Say for the what? Let's come up with 3 setups, because the what is the punchline. And so the setups don't really need to be funny. They just have to be relatable. So when we do the setup for the what, I think it needs to be something that people in their 30s would say, and then what, someone who would be in their 70s and an old married couple would say. The joke is, I recently got engaged, but we've been living together so long, I feel like we're becoming old people. I mean, if she answers me, anytime she asks me a question, it's just, what? And then can you do 2 more, or do you do 3 more after that? It's recently got engaged, but we've been living together so long that I feel like we're basically already old people. I mean, every time she asks me a question, it's just anytime we ask each other a question, it's just, what? And then so, like, did you, what's this say? Speaking of toilets, the water got turned off. I love it. Our moderator is messaging me. She's always paying attention. I wouldn't be anywhere without her. She's the best, JC. Because she literally comes to save the day all the time. All the time. And she said, speaking of toilets, the water got turned off. So I did the toilet first. Then we do the we're getting so old we live together. See, she's good. Then you bring back the toilet as a familiar setup, right? So you say, yeah, but we recently got engaged, and we've been living together so long that it just feels like we're like old people now. Every time we ask each other a question, it's just, what? And then, like, and I've been cleaning. I've been losing the toilet a lot, and like now since we've been using the toilet so much, we got the water shut off. There's too many things in a row. See, they don't know about the water being shut off. So if I just go like, you know, hey, did you pay the water bill? What? Like, that's funny-ish, but it's not, because water bill isn't funny today. Did you clean the toilet? What? That I think would be funny. I think just, did you clean the toilet? Because we just did the toilet joke. And remember, I just learned how to clean and that I have to do it now. Perfect job. Thank you. That's it. It's the toilet peeing joke, then got engaged, been living together, started to talk like old people. Every time we ask you a question, what? Like, she'll ask me, Did you clean the toilet? I go, huh? What? That's funny. So did you clean the toilet? Let's come up with 3, just in case I can hit it 3 times. If it gets a laugh twice in a row, I'll just do a third one, maybe squeeze a little bit more juice out of it. It sets up like the setup is just, we've been so much, it's how, what. That's kind of the setup. Like she'll ask me, like again the other day, did you clean the toilet, Matt? How, what? Okay. And we could do the water connected in this somehow. Get the water connected. Get the water connected. Because we want to be like, did you pay the water bill? Huh? What? It's too much to squeeze in there. You just, because it has to go like dong, 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 dong. It can't be like, and I didn't even pay the water when they shut the water off. And then she was like, did you pay the water bill? Huh? What? It's just, you're resetting it up. That's not going to work. It needs to be, we've been living together so long, basically old people, right? So now every time we ask her the question, she's in the house, she goes, huh? What? Like the other day, she was like, did you clean the toilet? You know? And we usually just like, did you clean the toilet? You don't have to even say, every time we talk, it's just, huh? What? And you go, did you clean the toilet? Huh? What? See, just like that. That's it. Honey, your mother's coming over this week, huh? Or like, we have that dinner this week. We have that dinner with my friend this weekend. That's kind of fun. Like, we have that dinner with Stacy this week. You know we have that dinner with Stacy. You have that dinner with the couple. You know we're going out with Tom and Jerry. Are you getting ready for are you ready for the dinner yet? Are you ready yet? What are you doing in there? You ready yet? Huh? What? That's kind of funny. I mean, maybe that. You know? You ready yet? Like we're going somewhere? 3 times. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. And they're fast. It's like ta-ta. It's quick too, so I need to come up with one more. So it's every time. Don't forget how my stand-up tonight. Don't forget we have my stand-up tonight. And then I ask her, don't forget we have my stand-up tonight. She goes, huh? What? We'll try that. That'll be our finish for that. Okay, I like that. Because did you clean the toilet? Dig at me. Oh, you mother. Did you clean the toilet? Dig at me. Reference to toilet cleaning. Interstitial joke. What are you doing in there? You ready yet? Huh? What? And then, what did she say? Don't forget we have that. And I'll say to her, don't forget we have that stand-up tonight. Her, huh? What? And then I just go, don't forget we have that stand-up tonight. Huh? What? Okay. Don't you forget about me. Don't forget we have that stand-up tonight. Huh? What? Okay. So this is the build-out, and then the last thing is so I got recently engaged, and then we set up again. And she saw on Instagram that if you want to have kids, this is better than saying we're trying or anything like that. Because not necessarily is that even true. You know, we're just engaged. So the we're trying thing was not a good enough setup. It's more of like she read on Instagram, she saw on Instagram, if you want to have kids, that if you drink, you can't drink. If you want to have kids and you want your sperm cells to not get affected, you can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't stay up late, you got to stop jerking off, right? I mean, I try to. That's too many things. We'll do 2 setups here, right? So we can go, because we have the who's gonna tell her stop being a bitch as our ender right there. So before that, we have to go with. So we recently got engaged, and she saw on Instagram that if you're trying for children, that drinking, right, kills your sperm cells. Or something. And then so we got to say like The Dave down the street joke, wife and kids. God, I forgot about the wife and kids joke. Then after the kids come down the street joke, if time. Exactly, because you do the kids thing and you do the substances, no whatever, BD. Okay. Exactly. So you do set it back up again one last time. So I recently got engaged, and then you say, and she saw on Instagram that if you drink, it kills your sperm. And so she's been counting my beers. And so like the joke I'm trying to make is that she counts the beers, and so when the officer pulls me over and says, "How many have you been drinking tonight?" and I say no, she goes, "He's had 6 beers." Like, that's the joke, because she's counting the beers. Or we can make it simpler and just be like, so I can't drink. And so I can't even get out of a DUI, Even if the officer asks me, "Sir, have you been drinking tonight?" I'd be like, "No," because he has been drinking. I think he's had 6 beers. It has to be the counting thing was how I came up with the joke. The joke was in the car. I was like, geez, if I got a DUI, I couldn't even get out of it. If I said no, you'd be like, "He's had exactly 6 beers." Like, that was how the joke came about. So we have to think about that's how we're going to deliver it. God, if he says, yeah. So we say, she saw on Instagram that if you drink any alcohol, it kills your sperm. And so I can't even. It's gotta be like. It's gonna be somehow just like I couldn't even get out of a DUI. The jacking off one was funny, exactly. But see, I could do that right after. So, one is we're trying to set up this DUI joke. Now, after I do the DUI drinking, I'm gonna set this back up again and say like, so I can't drink, I can't even smoke. It's also not even drinking. You can't smoke, you can't go to sleep late, you can't drink, you can't jerk off, and if you did whatever. I say we try the DUI or the bitch joke, one or the other. I say it's one or the other. It's can't even get out of a DUI, even if I said to the officer she counts my drinks or whatever, she'd be like, "He's had 6 beers." Or it's the can't do this, can't do that, can't do this. So who's going to tell her to stop being a bitch? One or the other. The bitch thing went ooh last time. And then if we still have time, we can bring up Dave down the street who's got wife and kids, because the wife and kids thing did well last week. Let's bring it back up.
I'm over there like looking so suspicious. I'm literally no film, no dialogue, no discourse.
No shirt.
Okay, see how they keep it? They keep you on course. All right, here we go. I just got recently engaged, and so she's like, "Yo, let's have the kids. Let's make it serious." Like, Dave. And
Wait, you did?
no, like, Dave. Fucking, you're rushing me along. No, you gotta pay attention. No.
Where's the joke? I want to find
So
it.
we recently got engaged. We're trying to have kids, right? She's like, "Let's have kids," right? And so it hasn't done it yet. So she's like, "Look, I read online."
That's
Aaron.
see, that actually was interesting. How it was like, well, it hasn't done it on. So I read online. That's kind of interesting. So I'm not exactly that I dislike the trying to have kids thing, but
Here's the deal. I can't even think of what the third setup was. Here's the joke. It doesn't matter. There's a guy down the street named Dave.
here it is.
Dave's got a lot of kids.
Okay.
And until then, I was like, I don't know if I want to do kids. I don't know if I want to do it. I can't do it. I'm not ready to do it. Then people, as I turned 31, started asking me to go to shit. And I was like, wish I had those fucking kids.
And they like that. See, that worked.
I'm kind of liking this Dave guy.
See, that worked?
He kind of knows what the fuck he's doing. So
See, when he goes, "I wish I had those fucking kids." See, the way that was delivered is funny. It's kind of like Louis C.K. as you're like, "I wish I had those fucking kids." Like that Dave down the street, "I wish I had those fucking kids." So I'm thinking about Dave, this guy down the street, he's got a lot of wife and kids. All right? And the wife and kids thing is a different joke from the engagement. This is the thing about the Dave, wife, and kids thing. It's actually a separate joke. So you can finish with Dave, wife, and kids because the joke is about getting out of shit. That's the joke. It's not even the same joke. The joke is that I use my wife and kids to get out of stuff. And so I was like, now I want to quit drinking. It's like one of those things that you go, "I wish I had those fucking kids, Dave, wife, and kids." He's got a lot of wife and kids. We have to think about that. What else did I say about it? I want to exactly how I set that up.
I feel like I'm not even a millennial anymore. I've jumped generation.
Is the What? Okay.
Sitting in there that I put. See, I didn't know this.
Are you writing jokes off other jokes? I'm building a 6-minute. I'm building multiple 6-minute sets, and so this is my old set. Not my old. This is last week or 2 weeks ago. And what's up, S4 Matty? By the way, we're both named Matty. What's up, Matty? Shout out, Mats. We're in here. One, we're potentially doing the Guthrie joke tonight if it fits, but I'm expanding this set into 6-minute sets. We're building multiple 6-minute sets, so we have 4 6-minute sets. That makes 24 minutes, which you could expand into a half hour. That's the idea here. And so we're perfecting the things I did wrong last time. And we're figuring out how to build a narrative here. That's the idea. A lot of people who do jokes don't have like a through line. They don't have like a narrative. They're jokes that are not interconnected, and so it's harder for the audience to follow along, and it's harder to build sort of like that sort of week over week and build stuff. And so our goal is to again perfect the 6 minutes and actually build it the way a traditional stand-up comedian would, and not do what a lot of guys I see now do. That's kind of the idea of what we're doing here, is to kind of bring a little bit of that 1970s textbook stuff back to like the art form of it, which is like, you gotta have a narrative, you gotta build rapport, you gotta have setups and punchlines that people can follow, and it has to be right for the room too. You can't just tell this saying blah 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 blah. So that's what we're doing.
They'll be back soon.
Yeah.
I called 13 times. Oh, sorry, excuse me, guys.
This is funny. Yeah.
No, it's the Coke.
Yeah. See, the one guy goes, "Whoa!" So you got to be careful today because there's so many things that are like sensitive. Again, this is why I don't know if we'll do the "Who's Gonna Tell Us Stop Being a Bitch" joke tonight, because some things are like, even though she wrote it, you know, you say like even the word coke, you know, cocaine. It's not. You can't even, I made a joke because my nose was running and that I hadn't been drinking that night. You know what I mean? So that's how the joke came up. But then the one guy was like, "Whoa!" So you just gotta like, there's certain like whoa today, and they're different whoas than they used to be. So the spots of sensitivity have changed, and that's what we're navigating right now. 2026 is a different year than before. It's a very interesting year because people are like, they care and don't care right now. It's such an interesting year, 2026, and this is why I think 2026 is one of the best years that's ever happened in my life, because there's so much opportunity. So many people are fed up with the old stuff. So many people have hope. So many people don't have hope. But so many people are cool, actually, not annoying. And like, I'm telling you, people are cooler than ever right now than they've actually been in a while. People are getting cooler. They're getting chiller. Like we're on the up ramp into like things being fun again. I'm telling you, this is why I'm doubling down on all this stuff, doing these live streams and all this live stuff, and like doing stand-up, like traditional, in person, go on the live stream, here's who I am, blah, blah, blah crap. Because I'm done with the fake. 2026 is about the real.
So here's the deal. I recently got engaged. Did you know this?
See, even like, tell me again.
I recently got engaged.
And then I told him again, yeah.
See what you're doing. Yeah, I know what you did there. You got me. So I recently got engaged.
Yeah.
It was at a comedy show just like this. You want me to pull the video out again?
She was like,
I don't think so.
No.
Not enough of that. So I recently got engaged, and
come on. See the problem? How I'm like,
that,
just wait, like,
what comes with that is
I'm
the third thing I was going to
forgetting my jokes.
Babies?
Making babies?
Is this Dave?
Making a baby.
Dave?
Trying to make a baby. What's the third thing?
Dave down the street.
Dave down the street? Here's the deal. I can't even think of what the third setup was. Here's the joke. It doesn't matter. There's a guy down the street named Dave.
Dave.
Dave's got a lot of kids.
Dave's got a lot of kids.
And until then, I was like, I don't know if I want to do kids. I don't know if I want to do it. I can't do it. I'm not ready to
Dave's
do it.
got a lot of
Then
kids.
people, as I turned 31, started asking me to go
do
to
shit.
shit. And I was like, wish I had those fucking kids.
That's the key. See that? See how that worked? The room got. They followed that. See, Dave's got a lot of kids, and a rhythmic stuff helps. That rhythm, it's all back to like school, like when we learn shit in school. Comedy is like teaching. It's like teaching, and you can lose your students and you can lose your audience's attention. It's the same thing, and then they miss the lesson, i.e. miss the fucking punchline. Dave's got a lot of kids, right? So we go, it's Dave's got a lot of kids. That's the key. And then I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. Then people started asking me, Divine One, Divine Devon, what's up? Yo, Divine Devon, what's good? So Devon, how you been, man? I hope you, by the way, Divine Devon, if you see any of my stuff, I hope you don't think in any way that I use AI. I actually, by the way, the next day went into expansion about be like, I take clips out of my long live streams out of context on purpose because I am like trying to get attention. So yesterday, Divine Devon, I went over all the things I've used in AI and revealed, where I've used AI and stuff like that in my stuff. So I hope you don't think I'm like an anti-AI guy. I'm only saying that. And Divine Devon, you the man, by the way. Show was fun, by the way. Great time. Izuli killed it. Very good. Lot of fun. We had a fantastic time. Happy to be there. Glad we got to. Glad you got to see us come too and all that. So that was really good that all worked out. Hell yes. The last thing we're doing here, Divine Devon, I don't know if you're still here, but we are leaving shortly to a comedy show. So I'm going to finish this last joke here. Dave's got a lot of kids. And I was like, I don't know about all that.
I'm kind of like engaged and he's got a lot of kids. And until then, I was like, I don't know if I want to do kids. I don't know if I want to do it. I can't do it. I'm not ready to do it. Then people, as I turned 30.
Exactly. Dave's got a lot of kids. I was like, I don't know. Then people asked me to do shit. Where the fuck are those kids? Dave's got a lot of kids. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for all that. Right? And then we have, then people started asking me to do shit. Right? That's the idea. It's like how you use the idea. The joke came up that was like, if you had a wife and kids, you could use it to get out of things. That was the joke. Like, if you didn't want to go to someone's thing or something, you could be like, I can't, I got a wife and kids, and I wish I could. That's the joke. Okay. And then it's like, and I was like, I need those fucking kids, right? The point of this is that sets up properly. Then the setups and punchlines will deliver properly because that was set up cleanly. All right. Say less. We have a semblance of what we're going to talk about tonight. Okay? We've written that. We may or may not touch the Guthrie thing. That depends on how the room is. We may or may not touch the Guthrie thing. I got another no caller ID. It's at 8 p.m. It's in Davie, by the way. If we're going to have to, like, what time is it right now? 6:30. Oh, my God. We have to go. I have to get ready. I got another damn no caller ID, which means that the fucking people were on the thing again today. Going on at 8. And we may or may not talk about the Savannah Guthrie thing. Maybe, may not. If it fits, we'll do it. If not, I think we got enough to fill the spot either way. Other than that, I think I need to relax for a second and get ready for this thing and actually just be ready and be in a mental state that's straight. Since I got up today, I have not stopped. Okay? So, you guys are the best. Everyone here, S4 Matty, you might have dipped out, but thank you for commenting today. I appreciate that. Are you writing jokes off other jokes? The answer was yes. We were using our own material, though. Divine Devon, you the man, JPC, if you're still here, hopefully you got home safe driving. We are going to head out. Thank you, guys. I'll be back tomorrow, Friday, and then we might be going Wednesday to Sunday after the week after that. We'll see.